Welcome to another EC1 live stream. Listen, we got one more week into the Philadelphia Eagles. Go to Arizona and play Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City. I've been hearing a lot of things. The naysayers, the media, talking about we don't have a chance in hell of beating this team because Patrick Mahomes is the quarterback. The same people and same analysts that said we had no shot in hell beating the 49ers in that number one defense. The same ones who picked Daniel Jones and the Giants to beat the Philadelphia Eagles. Just remember something, and I keep on saying this. We are not the Bengals. We're a better football team than a lot of people give us credit for. We got a number one defense, 70 sacks. Y'all have not faced this type of defense, Casey. I was on Tone DeShield's live stream today, and I saw a lot of Kansas City fans talking out their gums like they can't get beat. And I'm sitting back wondering, when are we going to get respect? And I feel like we're never going to get respect. It's a Philly thing. All right? Because Philadelphia has always been disrespected. 2017, we always been disrespected when we were underdogs. No one picked us even when we had home field advantage. They call us frauds. How are we frauds when we're in the Super Bowl? How are we frauds if we made the Super Bowl? How is that possible when we're in the Super Bowl? That doesn't make sense. That's silly talk. If you want to speak facts, the Philadelphia Eagles are a good football team. If you make the Super Bowl, whether you're the Dallas Cowboys, the Giants, the Panthers, the Browns, I give you credit. You are not frauds if you make the Super Bowl. You have to put in the work to get that far. We've seen teams go out the playoffs like that. Look at the Bengals. Look at the Bills, man. We went further than them. The Giants, they're frauds. The Vikings are frauds. The 49ers are frauds. Because who came in here and who beat those teams? Oh, okay. I see a lot of teams talking. The fans talking. Saying that the 40, I see analyst Nick Wright today telling everybody that Jalen Hurts is not a franchise quarterback. What? If you're watching this football game, you understand Jalen Hurts is the reason why we're in this position. Nick Wright should not be on television. These knuckleheads don't know football. It's crazy where we at this point, man. I feel like we are not getting respect when it's deserved. We got to take it from them. And it starts next week in the Super Bowl. The Chiefs are not a threat, ladies and gentlemen. I've been saying all along, this team is for real. We're going to have to take a respect, and we're going to have to get it. You got all these people talk about what we are, and they don't know what we are. We're in the Super Bowl because we're a good team. 49er fans are still seeing them crying on Twitter. Get over it. You lost. Your quarterback didn't do his job. Your quarterback wasn't Brocky like you thought he was. You went out the playoffs. You got Giants players talking out their gums. Talk about our head coach. And then you got Giant fans who say, oh, I agree with them. But he beat you 3 times. You want to take the sweep away, he still beat y'all twice. He beat you in the divisional round. So I want to thank the Giants because we got our Super Bowl appearance because we went through y'all. I want to thank the Giants personally. Thank you for giving us an opportunity to go to the Super Bowl. Because without you, I don't think we get there. No, we got there regardless. But I'm going to thank you. It was an easy road to a Super Bowl. Pay Daniel Jones so we can step over y'all next year. And the day before next year. And after that. I'm tired of people talking like we're not this great team, man. I'm tired of people disrespecting our team. We will not tolerate that. Nick Wright on whatever his show is. The dude's a bum. You don't know anything about good quarterback. He's never seen one. He's never played football in his life. How you going to talk about something that you never did? That's like me talking about hockey, and I never played hockey or watch hockey. But I think I know something about hockey. Come on. That's like me coming on the stream and talking to you about basketball. I don't know nothing about basketball. But I'm talking about it because I think I know something when I don't watch it. And I make an opinion that doesn't make sense. Or a statement. You know what I'm saying? The dumb stuff that we hear from these analysts and these talking heads are the reason why the Philadelphia Eagles are only going to take that energy and win a Super Bowl. I've never seen so much disrespect, but I'm used to it because it's always been a Philly thing. You know, there was a quote. Jalen Hurts, they asked him, what have you accomplished? He said, we're not done yet. Because we're not. This team is so much better than a lot of people give us credit for. We can go out there and we can beat the Legion of Boom. They could put their top 10 teams that they want us to face. We can beat those teams. And we still want to get our respect. We can drop 59 points on the Chiefs next week. And they still will make an excuse and not give us respect. This team is disrespected. And you know what? I thrive off that. I like being a villain. Patrick Mahomes has never faced a defense like us. I'll say it again, 70 sacks for the people in the background. Hassan Reddick's going to eat. Sweat's going to eat. BG's going to eat. Hargrave's going to eat. This team is so much deadly, man. We got elite cornerbacks. Bradbury, Slay, Maddox. Everybody's worried about him. He'll be playing. Everybody worried about his walking boot. He'll be playing. There's just a notification on my phone that he was just there. Just set him out. Why need to rush him? Why need to practice? Get him healthy for a Super Bowl. Because we're going to need everybody. There's no weakness on the team, really. But there's a lot of weakness I saw in KC. They're not good against the run. They got two rookie corners. Now, I like Watson. But Snead, I don't know how he's going to do against A.J. Brown. And he's on injuries report right now. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. Then you got Jerry Jones today, or yesterday, talking about the Philadelphia Eagles or the Rams. Jerry Jones has never seen an NFC Championship game since the 90s, bro. I hate when owners who don't know their place talk out their gums. Jerry Jones don't know what a Super Bowl was since the 90s. We in 2023, sir. It's what have you done for me lately? The Philadelphia Eagles have done something. And that is go to a Super Bowl. Jerry Jones has never been to a Super Bowl. And he's never seen an actual diamond ring that says Super Bowl champions. What's up, Coach Dunton? What's up, Howdy? What's up, Big D? See, they don't have the same manufacturer in the 90s. We don't got to continue this. I'm tired of talking to bum teams. We in a chance to be Super Bowl champions. We got to take advantage of it. And it starts with next week. The Philadelphia Eagles got a chance to shut all these haters up. And I'm going to say it again, like I said, the 49ers. I don't think it's going to be close. I don't think it's going to be close. I think we step on these dudes. We've been blowing teams out lately. The Giants, everybody thought it was a close game. 31 dropped on them. 38, excuse me. The 49ers, everybody thought it was going to be a close game. The number one defense. 31 dropped on them. Jalen Hurts wasn't even playing good in that game. But we still able to drop 31. If Jalen Hurts plays half of the, even close to being what he was, it's a body on Sunday. No one wants to see us going into Arizona and killing the Kansas City Chiefs in front of millions. And that is exactly what you're going to see, ladies and gentlemen. The Chiefs are not scoring more than 10 points in this game. I think it's going to be 31-10. I've been saying this. I'll say it again. The Philadelphia Eagles are on a different level than KC. Kansas City has a nice run. The bus stops in Arizona. They will not be going with a Super Bowl win. They will not be holding a Lombardi Trophy. And for the people that think that I'm crazy, look at the results. The Eagles got a number one defense, 70 sacks. Everybody thought it was the 49ers, and the turnout was wrong. But I see a lot of people telling me that I should be scared of the Kansas City. Why? Because they got Patrick Mahomes? Because his name is Travis Kelce as a tight end? Why should I be scared? Congrats on going to the Super Bowl. I appreciate it, Razor Ramon. Like, if I'm a Giants fan or a Cowboys fan, I'm pretty ticked off. And I'm going to tell you why, because why are we not in this position? The Dallas Cowboys should be right where the Philadelphia Eagles is, if you want to be real. Competed for Super Bowls, NFC Championship games. And the Philadelphia Eagles have gotten there. And Dak's in his 8th year. It was fun. I was on Twitter today. And this one Cowboy fan told me, oh, Jalen Hurts is a running back. But you're photoshopping Jalen Hurts in a Cowboys jersey. And then when I was putting out facts to him, he wanted to get upset with me. He wanted to get mad at me. You can't talk facts to me unless you know what you're talking about. If we're going to have a conversation about football, then you got to know what you're talking about. I can't talk to some of these fans, man. It's like bullying a 13-year-old kid at school, man. It's not fair. I'm a 22-year-old guy talking to a 13-year-old kid on Twitter. Talk about Cowboys, man. Give me a break. Or he says he's 21, but I'm sure he's 13. Football, man. You never seen it. The Cowboys fans never seen it. Most of the Cowboys fans are 13 and 16-year-olds, man. Talking to me about Jalen Hurts as a running back. Your quarterback is throwing more picks than any other quarterback in the NFL right now, man. Jalen Hurts is your starter week 1, for sure. Dak is gone. You shouldn't have bet Jalen Hurts would be 16-1. It is what it is. You leave talking to 13-year-olds to California, Peter Titles. Huh? Yeah, leave the talking to 13-year-olds to California, Peter Files. No, I'm not talking about talking to no. I'm talking about football because they come at my comment sessions. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's a touchy subject because most of these kids on Twitter are 13-year-old man, thinking they're grown, talking to me about football. I try not to respond to them. I took bro 2 seasons to get. If he was your age, he still saw 0 titles. Oh yeah, for sure, man, for sure. But I don't want to burn up 13 because then people will think that I'm weird. Nah, I'm not weird. There's little kids talking to grown adults like they adults. And sometimes you got to set these kids and teach them who their team is, man. We can have a conversation. I don't care how old you are. But don't come in here with stupid facts. Talk about my quarterback's a running back. You know what I'm saying? Now let's talk about the Eagles. Let's get away from all the attention, man. Patrick Mahomes is a good quarterback. I'm not going to say he isn't. We cannot sleep on this dude. Very good quarterback. He's elite for a reason. He's one of the best in this NFL right now. The Philadelphia Eagles got a chance to take out not only Tom Brady, but Patrick Mahomes. They have a chance to take out 2 elite quarterbacks, man. I agree with that, where you're hiding. Do not blitz Mahomes. I agree with that statement, for sure. You don't want to blitz him. But I feel like Jonathan Gannon has a scheme. And, you know, when I look at the Buccaneers game, man, I see a lot of what the Eagles are doing. They're getting pressure with the front four. Everybody talking about his offensive line. He had 2 offensive lines out. Yeah, but their offensive line this year is weak. I saw Patrick Mahomes running for his life for Cincinnati. If the defender does not push Patrick Mahomes out of bounds to get a late flag to set up the field goal, I don't know if Kansas City wins that football game. I think we see the Bengals instead of Kansas City. Now, I'm not going to take away from a win because they worked hard to get where they are. I'm not one of these fans that are going to say, oh, you're frauds. No, I'm not doing all that. If you're in the Super Bowl, you deserve to be. They got a good defense. But again, it's different when you're going against one of the best offensive line in football. It's different when you're playing against the number 1 rushing attack in the NFL. Miles Sanders, Gainwell, Boston Scott are 3 dynamic running backs that can really stress out a defense. And then you got Jalen Hurts, who can use his legs, and he can throw if he needs to. And I feel like Jalen Hurts is going to have a game where he's going to show he can throw the ball. Because everybody's looking over his stats and they say, well, he didn't throw that much. He didn't have to. See, not every playoff game is going to be fancy. Everybody wants the high scoring points. But sometimes it goes back to, can you just get the win? Can you just get the win? Can you lead your team to victory? When you need your team to come through, can you be the guy that can make it come through? And he's answered all these questions. Does he miss some throws? Yeah, but I saw Patrick Mahomes miss some throws too. We're not going to talk about that. Joe Burrow missed some throws too. We're not going to talk about that. Josh Allen was missing so many throws. Yet he's supposed to be league MVP. I'm just saying. They want to bash my quarterback. But I've seen so many other different quarterbacks miss so many throws. If we're going to talk about Jalen Hurts, then we got to talk about every quarterback that's missed so many throws in the playoffs. We're going against 2 rookie corners. And listen, that's true. I feel like A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith could eat. Will eat in this game. These rookie corners had a hard job containing Chase, Higgins, and Boyd. They shut down Chase, but Higgins was able to get open. I feel like we can throw on these boys. I feel like we can run on these boys. If we set up the run and the pass, we're able to execute both. You're done. Patrick Mahomes needs to be able to keep up with this Eagles offense. They don't really run, and they're not going to be able to run the football. If you double Travis Kelce, you still got Juju Smith-Schuster, you still got Van Scantling. You still got, what's his name, Pacho, the running back, or Pikachu, whatever you want to say. He's going to lose Lighton because he's not going to have enough. Because the Eagle defense is so much better than a lot of teams think. And I can't wait to see what they do against a real good quarterback, man. Because if we beat Patrick Mahomes, I don't want to hear we didn't beat nobody. You can't say that anymore. If Jalen Hurts wins his first Super Bowl, according to everybody, he's a running back, so he'll be the first running back / quarterback to win us a Super Bowl. Let me say that one more time for all the idiots who think that Jalen Hurts is a running back. No running back as started as a quarterback has made it to the Super Bowl. So Jalen Hurts was a running back. He would not be where we are right now. We'd be asked the questions if he's still the guy. Now, I knew what Jalen Hurts was. But going into the season, everybody said, could he throw the ball? He showed that. Jalen Hurts is right now, right behind Mahomes and Allen, and behind Burrow and Allen and Mahomes in touchdowns. In rankings. Dak is last. So, everybody want to disrespect Jalen Hurts. But everybody would be dying to get him if he was on the trade block. That's what I don't understand. It's the fact that he's in Philadelphia, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody call him a dual threat quarterback. And I keep on saying again, he's not a dual threat quarterback. He's a quarterback that you can use his legs. He is a different type of quarterback. He's so much better than a dual threat quarterback. He's a scrambling quarterback that can make throws. Is Russell Wilson a dual threat quarterback when he won his Super Bowl? Is Patrick Mahomes a dual threat quarterback when he won a Super Bowl? See, these are the things that we got to discuss. Because if you're going to sit there and say Jalen Hurts is a running quarterback or a dual threat quarterback and they can't stay healthy, well, Russell Wilson won a Super Bowl and he was a dual threat quarterback. We got to speak facts into existence when we talk football. Jalen Hurts is one of the best quarterbacks right now in this game. You can put him Mahomes, Burrow, but after that, we gotta have a conversation because I'm not putting Allen over Mahomes over Hurts. Hurts has gotten further than those two. Then Allen, then Lamar. He's done what Josh Allen can't do, and that is go to a Super Bowl. Josh Allen struggles to get past an NFC Championship game. And he's a turnover machine. And it was a wet weather game. You're right, it was. That's why I'm not worried about his passing. See, everybody wants the flashy stats. They want the flashy stats, man. But the flashy stats don't win you championships. Name me a team that went to a Super Bowl because they were pass-happy offense. I'll wait. Because that don't win you championships. If it did, the Bills would have already been in the Super Bowl. The Bengals would have won the first Super Bowl over the Rams. I'm just saying, if Pat Happy was winning championships, the Bills were already been back-to-back Super Bowl champions. Yet they are struggling to get past the NFC Championship game. Because once you shut down the passing game, it's over. They don't really run the ball. And part of it, I feel like we disrespect Nick Sirianni. Nick Sirianni is a good head coach. You know, everybody talk about Nick Sirianni is only good because of this team. No. Because guess what? Right now, if Nick Sirianni was coaching the Bills right now, Josh Allen would be turning over the football, I believe. I believe if Josh Allen was on if Nick Sirianni was in the Bills instead of the Eagles, I think they go to Super Bowl still. I think you see a turnover ratio go down. It's all about the coaching, man. You can't take away a coach's success because they got a stacked team. You still got to have a leader. You still got to have a guy in charge. And if you want to make a case, Bill Bryan with the Texans. The man had Watson. The man had Hopkins. And yet he couldn't get past the NFC Championship game. The Browns, when they played the Kansas City Chiefs, they had a stacked roster. They didn't have the right coach to lead them there. So that's false. Because their quarterback and the receivers, they had weapons everywhere. Defense. And yet the Browns couldn't go through the Chiefs. And they couldn't win in close games. And they didn't have the coach and the mindset leader to lead them. The Cowboys, for example, have all this talent, yet their coach, they have two head coaches. They're on the second head coach, Garrett was fired. He had talent around him. Tony Romo had talent. Yet they didn't have a coach to lead them. And they got a quarterback that's regressed. You can have a great quarterback, but if you don't have the right head coach in play, it don't matter. You think teams are winning because they got a stacked roster? So what about Kansas City when they won the first Super Bowl? Didn't they have a stacked roster? So Andy Reid really didn't win. It was a stacked roster around it. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I'm just saying. So when people discredit Nick Sirianni, it really irritates me because, like, you don't know how hard it is to coach in this league. If everybody could coach, then some of these coaches wouldn't be fired the way they are. So when I hear Julian Love and these Giant fans talk about, I agree, he has a stacked roster. Then explain to me why did the Browns didn't make it? They had a stacked roster. Cornerbacks, linebackers, defensive ends, receivers, Odell, Jarvis Landry, Hunt, People Jones. Yet they couldn't make it. The Bills have a stacked roster. They don't have the right coach to lead them. Hell, look at the Colts last year. You could jump at their quarterback, but they didn't have the right head coach to lead them. I'm tired of people disrespecting Nick Sirianni. If you were a good head coach, it don't matter what roster you have. Look at Nick Sirianni last year. Let's talk about this year. Let's talk about last year. When everything was down, when we thought we weren't going to make the playoffs, he still was able to get to a wild card. With a, what was it, a 7-5 roster? Were we 9-5 or something like that? With Jalen Reagor as their number one or number two receiver, a rookie Devontae Smith, a still upcoming Jalen Hurts still growing, played his full first year. We want to talk about that. Let's talk about that. Since everybody want to discredit our head coach. We were supposed to make the playoffs last year. Yet, who got us there? I'll wait. It was pretty much Nick Sirianni, right? So when I hear people talk like that, it's like, what are you talking about? Last year we were, I believe, 9-5. Or 7-5, something like that. Some bad record. And we made the wild card. So I don't understand the hate for Nick Sirianni. You still need good coaching to lead a Super Bowl. If that was the case, the Browns would have made it, despite the bad coaching. A lot of teams would have made it. You still need a good head coach to lead this team. And you know what I know? You know how you know Nick Sirianni was a good coach? Early in the game last week, when the 49ers were shutting down our running game, Jalen Hurts wasn't throwing the ball with accuracy. What did Nick Sirianni do? He didn't force Jalen Hurts to throw it. He stuck with the running game. Even though it wasn't really working, he adjusted. That is a good head coach. That's how you know he was a good head coach. He adjusted. See, I don't understand how you can have Kyle Shanahan, who's a choke artist. He didn't adjust. But Nick Sirianni did. Brian DeBall didn't adjust. The man went for him 4th down. 4th down. In the first half. When there was plenty time to go for it. And there was plenty of time in the football game to go for it. Pretty much what I'm saying is that's a bad head coach right there. Knowing your strengths and knowing your weaknesses. Yet, people praise Brian DeBall. People praise Kyle Shanahan. They call them geniuses. No, they're not. So again, you still need a head coach that can lead you to a Super Bowl. The great head coaches, Bill Walsh had talent. So that means Bill Walsh is not a Super Bowl champion head coach? Look what he had. A stacked receiving core. One of the best to do it, Jerry Rice. Joe Montana, one of the best OGs in the game. In football. Still, to me, is the GOAT. Steve Young. Ronnie Lott. He had elite defense. Like, what are we talking about? Look at Bill Parcells. Look at Phil Simms. You think Phil Simms was a great quarterback? Of course it was. But what did he have? He had a good head coach. You have to have talent to win championships, don't you? Name me a team that didn't have talent that won a Super Bowl. I'll wait. Because so far in this league, we've seen talented teams go to Super Bowls, right? I mean, should we take a look into the memory lane? The Legion of Boom. Look how much talent they had. So is Pete Carroll not a good head coach? Peyton Manning's year. Look how much talent they had. They still had a good head coach, right? The Rams last year, didn't they have a good? They called Sean McVay a genius. They had talent, didn't they? They overstacked with talent, right? I just don't understand. I don't get it. But let's move on. You know, the keys of the game is simple. Patrick Mahomes, you got to put pressure on him. Yeah, exactly. But we talk about this year in this league, you got to have talent, man. For sure. Let's read some of these comments. He's cocky as hell. No one is able to knock him off his perch. People hate Serna because he's cocky as hell. Well, he should be. Why wouldn't you be? You gotta have cockiness to win in this league. I'm sorry. You gotta have cockiness and confidence to be in Philadelphia. Without Nick or Jalen or AJ Brown, we would have no doubt made it bigger. Exactly. To play in Philadelphia, you gotta have the cockiness and the swagger. Look at the great head coaches in this league, right? Especially in a big town. Buddy Ryan was cocky. He had swagger. I wasn't alive at the time, but I heard he had swagger. See, it's all about your mindset in this league. You got to have winning gene in your body. And Nick Sirianni just has that. The man has been an offensive coordinator. People forgot. Nick Sirianni was calling the plays for Frank Reich before he became a head coach for the Philadelphia Eagles. Why do you think we have him? Who do you think is calling these plays? Yes, Shin's calling some of them. But who do you think is ultimately calling these plays? The head coach that everybody disrespects. And that's what I'm saying, man. In this league, you got to have great coaching to lead a team to a Super Bowl, to win a Super Bowl. Or do you think coaching just don't exist? I feel like we want to pick and choose what coach we like and discredit the other ones. That's not how it works. It's not how it works, man. You gotta have good coaching in this league to be successful. And if you don't have that, you're not gonna last. But let's move on, man. We talked about it enough. I don't want to beat around the bush. I just want to bring that up because I've seen a lot of people discredit Nick Sirianni. I hope people hear it. Now, we also got to talk about some other things, man. We obviously got some good news. Our punter's coming back in this game. Hopefully, got a 21-day practice window. Thank goodness, because the other punter, I ain't gonna lie to you, dude stinks. Can't punt. So Sippo's coming back. But when you look around this talent, man, you got to give it to Howard Roseman, bro. I'm so thankful that they didn't listen to me. And they didn't fire the GM Howard Roseman because he has put around so much talent. You know, when Jerry Jones is talking about the Rams, do you understand the Rams only got first-round picks? That's why they're trying to trade Jalen Ramsey. That's why they had to try to trade Brandon Cooks. Because they got so much money tied to these players. And they don't got cap space. See, Howie Roseman has put a roster together. And we got future picks down the road. We got a young quarterback that when he gets paid, it's not going to really kill us because Howard Roseman is going to figure a contract out that's going to work for us and his team down the road for many years. You got a receiving core that's going to grow together, that's going to retire together. And Devontae and AJ. Look at the Bengals right now. There's rumors right now that they can't afford T. Higgins. That they might trade him. Because they didn't capitalize on an opportunity when Joe Burrow had his rookie deal. They didn't capitalize. And the time they capitalized, it's getting too late. They got to pay Jamar Chase soon. And they got to pay Joe Burrow soon. Joe Burrow is going to get big money next year. So, they're going to have to find a way to either pay Higgins and keep this roster, or they're going to have to find a way to trade him and free some cap space for Joe Burrow. But listen, we take Howie Roseman for granted, man. Some GMs can't do what Howie Roseman's doing. Howie Roseman's put a game plan that works for us, man. Some teams get stranded with cap hell, man. Howie Roseman is sitting there and making cap space like, where did this come from? Those type of moves benefit us. And we also got 2 first-round picks, ladies and gentlemen, next year, man. We got 2 first-round picks. That's why I understand Jerry Jones' comment, man. If Jerry Jones was a smart owner and he wanted to win, instead of disrespecting the Rams, disrespecting the Philadelphia Eagles, he would look at the Philadelphia Eagles. He would look at even the Buffalo Bills. And he would say, how do I get my team to be here? But you know what? When you're a cocky owner and you don't care about winning, you want to be in the spotlight 24/7. You never made an NFC Championship game since '96. And you are talking about another team that since the 2000s been to multiple NFC Championship games, been to 1 Super Bowl appearances in 2000. And now you're looking at 2017, we won 1 Super Bowl. We've been to multiple NFC Championship games, multiple divisional games, multiple wild cards. And a young quarterback that we just drafted in the 2nd round is already in the Super Bowl. 5 years ago, we were in the Super Bowl and won it. And we're back again. But see, we don't think like that if we're Jerry Jones. Because we got to be in a spotlight. We got to be in a spotlight. We got to be Mr. Irrelevant. We got to take away the shine. Because we want to be all about ourselves and not about others. It's all about Jerry Jones. And that's why he's not a good owner. And that's why the Cowboys will still be one and done in the playoffs. Jerry Jones is his own worst enemy. Lurie is definitely better than Jones. Definitely. Because Lurie wants to win. And Lurie has been through the worst. See, Jerry Jones is about to see the worst. When you're so spoiled, you don't think you can get worse. You know what I'm saying? And good owners look at other teams and they copy it. Firing Kellen Moore doesn't solve anything. You still got Mike McCarthy. The Cowboys need to fire the head coach. They need to ship Dak Prescott somewhere else and draft a quarterback. They need to free Zeke Elliott and go draft another running back or keep Pollard and get another running back in the draft. They need to fix this offensive line before they talk anything about the Philadelphia Eagles. They need to get past the divisional round and not go one and done or in the divisional round and go sad But the Cowboys always been sad. They've been a sad organization. They always been a team that think that they can't be touched. First is you got 0 rings, Eagle fans. And now you got 1 ring. And now if we get 2, the story's going to be, oh, you still got 2, we got 5. Eventually, they're not going to have no more room to talk. We are catching up. Eventually, we're going to have the exact same amount of rings as them. It would hurt Jerry Jones. It will hurt everybody if the Philadelphia Eagles win the Super Bowl. I'm going to tell you like that. It would hurt hurt everybody who doubted the Philadelphia Eagles if we go in there, we destroy and smoke Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Boots. It would hurt them. If we get a second ring, now you got to find a new story to talk about. See, Philadelphia Eagles are becoming what everybody don't wish they can be, and what they're afraid of them becoming. And that's a dynasty. The Philadelphia Eagles got multiple picks. So be sure, if we don't win the Super Bowl this year, we will for sure win one next year. But the Philadelphia Eagles are going to win one because simply they're better. Howie Roseman has spoiled us with receivers. When we complain about offensive line, you see why we drafted offensive line. We might not like it. They might not be sexy. But look at it now. It looks good now, right? At first, it's like you don't like the pick. But now you look at it and you're like, this is why we drafted offensive line. Some teams don't have that. Now we got the best offensive line heading to the Super Bowl. And we're killing teams. It's all about the process. It's all about making your team better despite what people think. And I learned that. And you know what? When you look at how Roseman's playing, it looks good. You know what I'm saying? The Cowboys can't make it past the second round. No, they can't. And that's what I'm saying. Jerry Jones should not talk about Super Bowls. Should not talk about no other team going to the Super Bowl. Because he's never gotten there since 1998. His last one with Barry Switzer. After he fired Jim Johnson. And Troy Aikman was on his last hoorah. With last pieces of the Super Bowl that was getting a little bit older. After that, the season of hoorah was over. They've been struggling in NFC Championship games. Struggling when they never got past the NFC Championship games. Excuse me. They've been struggling against divisional rounds. You know what I'm saying? They've been struggling against those playoffs. You know what I'm saying? It started with Tony Romo. And then it became Dak's problem. So, you know, that's why I don't understand why Cowboy fans are talking about my quarterback. Because you would wish you had a Jalen Hurts on your team. Yeah, I got my pajamas on. There's nowhere point. I'm not going anywhere anyway. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I got Jerry Jones on my pants right now. Because he's a skeleton. Because dude looks like a skeleton. And that's what I'm saying, man. The Philadelphia Eagles got greatness. Howie Roseman is putting this team and making it more harder for teams to beat us. We're going to be so unstoppable with these picks coming up. And we're only going to be back to multiple NFC Championship games, multiple Super Bowls. This is not going to be the first rodeo that Jalen Hurts is going to be holding the Lombardi Trophy, ladies and gentlemen. The Eagles are getting scarier. And they're only going to get better. Everybody talk about, oh, pay Jalen Hurts. Well, that's the only thing we have because we pretty much locked everybody up. Goddard's locked up. Max is locked up. C.J. Gardner-Johnson will be locked up. A.J. Brown is locked up. Devontae Smith's still on his rookie deal. He will be locked up. Your offensive tackles are locked up. Your whole offensive line is pretty much locked up. So most of these players are going to be gone or going to be retired. Or they're going to be going to a new team because they're getting older. None of the young core is going to be gone. And the cap is only going to go up from now. So when I hear people talk about the Philadelphia Eagles and what they are, it's crazy. Because Quincy Carter choked too. Yeah, he did. So did Vinny Versatility, whatever his name is. Sure. So did Kyle Orton. Yeah, the Cowboys always been chokers, man. It is what it is. Aikman was a game manager. I think so too. Aikman was the last quarterback for the Cowboys that's actually been good. I mean, I'm not saying more, but the bottom line is we have a chance to go to a Super Bowl, win number 2. We're trying to get a ring, and that's all that matters. If we just do our part, we should be fine, ladies and gentlemen. We should be fine. We should be good. And I feel like we are going to win this football game next week. I feel like the Philadelphia Eagles are going to go out there and they're going to do what they're supposed to do and get the job done. And it starts with Jalen Hurts. It starts with the coaching staff. And I feel like we got good coach staff. And for anybody who thinks they know what to talk about, well, I got something for you. Because my exact words would be this.
We do not care.
I'll say it one more time for the people in the back.
We do not care.
And that's how I feel. I feel like the Philadelphia Eagles shouldn't care what people think. And I feel like the Philadelphia Eagles need to go out there and take care of business. Beat Patrick Mahomes, host the Lombardi Trophy, and get to the parade. And it starts with running the football. I don't care how pretty it is. I don't care how neat it is. I don't care if Jalen Hurts throws for no touchdowns. If he rushes for one, so be it. The goal is to win. See, people got the mindset and they got it screwed up. People talk about, oh, Jalen Hurts don't throw that much. Sometimes he don't need to. That's for losers. Throwing is for losers when you really don't need to throw. Pretty wins don't win you championships. It don't get you far. Yeah, they look good on stats, but they don't win you championships. You run the football. You be smart with the football. You don't turn it over. Those win you championships. Not the pretty stats. Not the throwing touchdowns left and right. Those don't win you championships. Being disciplined, knowing your strengths, knowing your weaknesses, and using your weaknesses as the strengths win you championships. You got to set a mark. You got to set a message. Hey, we're willing to run the football. We're willing to throw it too. We have all the talent in the world to throw it. But why need to when you have a running game? Why do you got to when you already got a running game that's working for you? Run the football. I'd rather Jalen Hurts not throw it at all and bring me a Lombardi trophy than Jalen Hurts throwing the ball and losing the Super Bowl. What would be more satisfying? Jalen Hurts looking good in stats, looking good in the highlights, and not hosting Lombardi trophy? Or Jalen Hurts not throwing the ball, his stats don't look good, but he's a Super Bowl champion. I'd rather that. Sometimes the running game is your best friend. Now, if he has to throw, I'm sure he'll throw the ball. And I feel like Jalen Hurts will have a good passing game in this game, man. I feel like the corners of the Chiefs can't stop our receivers. I feel like A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith and Watkins and Pascal and Goddard and Katera and all these weapons, running backs out the backfield, Boston Scott, Sanders, Gainwell's having he's been on fire, are going to really make the Chiefs defense panic a little bit and have them on the high heels a little bit. I feel like we got the weapons that we can exploit some of those weaknesses from the Chiefs defense. And I feel like we have the offense that can keep up with a high-scoring offense, whether it's the Bills or the Bengals. But the question is, do the Chiefs, do they have the offense? So everybody talk about, do the Eagles have the offense to keep up with the Chiefs? Do the Chiefs have the offense to keep up with the Eagles? Can Patrick Mahomes throw against this one of the best secondaries? It's different when you go against Eli Apple. And now you got James Bradbury. You got Darius Slay. Chauncey Gardner Jr. and Avonte Maddox. It's different. When you go from the Bengals to the best secondary pretty much in football. And I feel like the Eagles got a great secondary. And I trust Gannon to put these players, because he's been aggressive for the last 2 weeks. He's put these boys in great positions to win. I'm not worried about this game because I know my quarterback and my coordinators on both sides, the head coach for the offense coordinator, the defense coordinator, the defense, everybody on this team is going to put in the work and get the job done. We only got one more W. One more. And we're going to be Super Bowl champions. But listen, we can't sleep on Patrick Mahomes. We know that. Travis Kelce is still a great tight end. But I'm not scared of him. I'm not scared of anybody on the Chiefs. Yeah, they got weapons. So do we. We got the weapons that can match that. Physical domination. We can dominate these boys. And we can physically humiliate them. I'm trying to say that. Humiliate them. Yeah, for sure. I feel like we can humiliate them. If I said that right. Did I say that right? Humiliate. Yeah, I think I said that right. And get these boys on the heels, man. And listen, you put pressure on Patrick Mahomes, man. You dominate this football game. I don't care what anybody says. Camera fucked up. Stay, bitch. It is what it is. I gotta get this thing tightened up, man. There we go. So I feel like the Philadelphia Eagles got the ammo to do it, man. And I'm excited. I'm excited next week. I can't wait. I'm not anxious at all. I feel like we're gonna win this football game. Let me get to some of these comments that I missed. The Cowboys can't make it past the second round. No, they can't. Aikman started choking after 95. Yeah, I feel like we got the defense, we got the offense to click, man. And it's going to come down to execution. We know that. We know it's going to come down to execution. And I feel like we got the weapons and the defense to execute those things. We are the juggernauts for sure. For sure we are. We are the juggernauts, and I think we're gonna prove it next week. We've been here for a while, man, but I want to just say this. This is gonna be a very, very good game for the Eagles. It's not gonna be a good game for the Chiefs. And I think we win this game. It's your boy EC1. Flag is 5. And I'm out.